Hi guys, I'm Glenyce Hughes. I get to travel the world facilitating people on creating their dreams come true. How does it get any better than that? So this week I want to talk about, do you need a feather touch or do you need a 2x4 to take action? And so often when there's something that's going to create greater for us, we have the awareness of that way before. way before. And sometimes if we're willing to listen to the feather touch, then we actually take that action. If we're not, then we may wait until we get the 2x4 across the head, and often we'll say, I knew to do that. So I have to say, I'm celebrating and I'm acknowledging myself, because last year it became very, very apparent that it was time for me to change accountants. Now, I have been in business for 17 years. It'll be 17 years this September. So September 2019 will be 17 years I've been in business. The first few years, my sister, who's an accountant, did that for me. Then, as my business grew, I required more than what she could do. And that led me to a referral from her about this other gal she'd heard about. So that was probably, I'm not sure, maybe 2005, maybe like around there. And I've been with the same gal ever since. Now, that's not wrong. You could spend your entire life with the same accountant or bookkeeper or whatever. And last year, it was so loud. There was these things that went on that were so frustrating to me, and I was so frustrated and I was annoyed, and I knew it was the feather touch to change. And I didn't really wanna, I did if I could have done it like that, but there's things you gotta check out who else can do it. What if they're not as good? What if it's better? All this crazy from this reality, instead of going, oh, it's time to change. Okay, business, where would you like to go? Oh, this person. Anyway, I am very grateful that I did actually listen. I did listen to the feather touch. It might have maybe there was a feather poke. Maybe it was a little beyond the touch, but not a 2x4, which I'm grateful for. So I just actually recently switched. And yesterday was the first time I met with my new accountant. And oh my gosh, guys, I'm so grateful that I listened. I'm so grateful that I went and I followed my awareness. So what I did was, before I found them, is I started asking around. So I asked people who were in business, guys, what accounting software do you like? So found out some options, found the one that, even though it was maybe not the most liked, but it had the yummiest energy for me. It was like, there was something with it. It was like, ooh, yum. Then I did a little bit of research about people in my area who do that, and then just went with the lightness, looking at all of the options of the people who, it's Xero is the accounting software that have that. And there was these two guys, and their web page and their about me on their web page, like about each of them, was freaking hilarious. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Because often, if you go to an accountant's webpage, their about me is not maybe so fun. And I'm not trying to be mean to all you accountants out there, but a lot of times it's just not that fun. These guys were freaking hilarious. So I was like, wow, it was feeling yummy, and now it was even yummier. And then just everything has been amazing. So yesterday I was talking about different things that the other accountant, not that she's wrong in any way, but just ways she did things. And he was like, no, that's definitely, and in my favor, that's definitely a business expense. Oh, we'll definitely do this. We'll do this. But the piece that I was just so excited about was, he said to me, how do you operate with the vehicle right now? So of course, with my incorporation, my business is incorporated. And I said, well, I buy it, it's personal. And he was like, he's like, well, we'll run some numbers, he said, but it's probably going to make more sense to have it as like where the business leases it. And it's a perk, as a business owner to drive it. And then of course, for personal miles, we would pay all that sort of stuff. But it's like, oh my goodness, because on the way to the accountant's, hubby and I were actually talking about changing the vehicle. And I'm a little overdue. I usually change every couple of years. It's just what I like to do. It's what my body likes. It just loves it. And so he's, the accountant 20 minutes later is talking to me about this. And I was like, oh my goodness, if the business can lease it, it's a totally different ball game. So then afterwards, hubby and I happened to have some time. So we went and test drove a Jag, an F-Pace Jag. I don't know if that's the proper name. And I don't actually know that we'll even purchase it. Hubby didn't love it. And so we'll look at other options, but it was like just the magic of that alone. And following the feather touch to change, going, there's nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with the accountant. There was nothing wrong with what was going on. Everything was fine. And the awareness was to change. There was, those things that were causing me the frustration was really the feather touch and then maybe one feather poke before I took the action, and how grateful I am. So it's like, are there some feather touches or pokes going on for you in your life that you could look at? The other cool thing of changing accountants is that I finally changed my bank account, and it's going to save me somewhere from $30 to $50 a month in fees, because the new bank that I went to doesn't have them for the type of account I have. Like what? I assumed that because I was with a small bank in Vermilion, they would have the least amount of fees. Oh, you know what they say about assumptions, my sweet friends. Anyway, just wanted to share that. Check in if you've got stuff, if you've got those feather touches, those feather pokes, take some action, my sweet friends. Because let me tell you, dreams are coming true left, right, and center. Have an awesome week, and I look forward to chatting with you next week.